Professionals who have logged in. In fact, today is our 97th webinar that we are having, and it's very interesting that we have covered so many topics, and I'm sure that construction professionals would have found use of all those topics. There were some requests from some of the professionals regarding sharing of PPT, but what we have done is that the talk itself is there on FB Live as well as YouTube. So one can view those whenever they are free or whenever they need it. So that is how it is. So as all of you know that we have topics ranging from smart cities, reinforcement detailing, we had sustainability in concrete construction, and provisions of sustainability in BAS code, because some BAS officials also had a webinar and they have also shared. I'm sure that those recordings would be useful to many of you. The idea is, of this all this webinar is that we should not lose touch with our fundamentals, and we can work on it. And whenever an opportunity rises, I'm sure that it can be implemented. So this is the time when we reflect upon things and see what are the opportunities that is available. Now, before I go to the speaker, let me also tell you just again, as all of you know that we have been doing this exercise of identifying the requirements of concrete from various sites. What is the concrete grade? What is the slump retention? Where is it being used? What kind of parameters are being expected by the construction professionals? So based on this, what happens is that we try to understand the type of concrete that is required in terms of grade, in terms of slump. So that is very important, and we have been spreading that awareness amongst construction professionals, because it's very important that you define the properties of concrete that is required for you at site. It could be a residential building, it could be an infrastructure project, it could be a precast application. So a lot of things are there. So based on that, what we have decided, as all of you know, is that we have these 12 brands of cements which we have got. We have the Portland Pozzolana cement, the Portland slag cement, ordinary Portland cement. We have the Ramco Superfast for precast applications, and then we have the sulfate resistant Portland cement. Now, amongst the Portland Pozzolana cement, we have the brands like Ramco Super Crete cement, Ramco Super Fine, Ramco Super Grade, and Karthik Super Plus. Amongst Portland slag cement, we have the Ramco Samudra and Ramco Super Steel. And amongst ordinary Portland cement, as all of you would be aware, we have the OPC 43, OPC 53, OPC 43 Infra, OPC 53 Infra. And then we have Ramco Superfast for precast applications, and Ramco Super Coast sulfate resistant cement for areas where there is high dosage or high degree of concentration of sulfates. So those are the types of cements that we have got, which is being manufactured from our integrated plants and grinding units with a total capacity of 16.5 million tons per annum. And we also have a range of dry mix products, the Ramco Tile Fix, the Ramco Super Plaster, the Ramco Block Fix, Ramco self-curing plaster, super fine, that is the white cement based putty, and the Ramco tile grout. So we have 6 types of dry mix products for non-structural applications. Now, this non-structural applications need a different kind of requirement altogether. As all of you know that whenever we go in for dry mix range of products, it is the adhesion strength that we are looking at, as well as we are looking at the coverage area, which is very much important. And we have the Ramco Research Development Center, through which we have been interacting with various construction professionals. We have been doing concrete mix designs. Mix designs on self-compacting concrete has been done, because whenever we look at self-compacting concrete, there has been a lot of challenges involved at site. We can make self-compacting concrete in the laboratory, but how do we replicate it to the site? That is very important, for which one needs to look at the quality assurance measures at site, the batching plant. The trials at batching plant needs to be conducted, and at the same time, trials needs to be conducted on a regular basis. It is not that, once we do the concrete mix design, it's over. It's not like that. I think a practice of conducting trials on a regular basis needs to be followed, because as all of us know that in concrete we find cement occupies at the most 20% of the concrete, and rest 80% is sand and coarse aggregates. And we need to look at the grading of sand, we need to look at the grading of coarse aggregates, we need to look at the type of admixtures, how the admixture behaves over a period of time. So that is why we may not be able to do an individual test on admixtures or aggregates, but what we can do is that we can do trials on concrete on a regular basis, which will help us to understand whether our requirements are fulfilled or not. Now, as far as RRTC is concerned, we have various kinds of equipments in our research center. We have the X-ray fluorescence, which helps us to analyze elements quantitatively and qualitatively. And we have the Alpine Airjet sieve analysis to analyze the particle size distribution of powder materials. Laser particle size analyzer is there to measure the submicron level particle size distribution of powder materials. Then thermogravimetric analyzer to study the thermal behavior of cement raw materials and concrete. We have the BET surface area analyzer to analyze the surface area and micropores of fine materials like fly ash, rice husk ash, etc. And then, as all of us know, the common testing machine, which is the automatic compressive testing machine. We have the flexural testing machine, the Young's modulus test, and things like that. And we have the durability measuring equipment with us, rapid chloride ion penetration test, as well as the DIN. As per DIN, you have the water permeability apparatus, as well as there is a provision in BAS also for checking the durability of concrete based on the penetration of water. And we have the optical microscope, stereo microscope, X-ray diffractometer, and mercury intuition porosimeter. So these are the equipments that we have got at our Ramco Research Development Center. And we have also been given a lot of awards, whether it is in the area of training, whether it is in the area of introduction of technology, energy efficiency, usage of blending materials. So we have bagged number of awards. Our various cement plants have bagged number of awards in these various areas, and I am sure that all these experiences that we have got over the years would be useful for all the construction professionals. So with those few words, let me again welcome the speaker of the day, Dr. Malati. And before we go, let me also introduce her. She was one of the speakers earlier in our webinars, and she had covered one topic for us in one of the earlier webinars, and I'm sure that most of the professionals would know her. She is based at Salem, and she is from Sona College of Technology. She is the ICA chairperson of Salem Center, and she has more than 25 years of teaching experience and 11 years in research. She is the principal investigator for 6 R&D projects funded by IEI. Now she is the ICA chairperson of Salem Center, GC member of ICI. She has done extensive research work on high performance concrete, self-compacting concrete, self-curing concrete, geopolymer concrete, papercrete, and effect of mineral and chemical admixtures on properties of concrete. She also received Innovative Teachers Award for the year 2005 from HRD, CLHRD Bangalore. She got Career Award for Young Teachers for the year 2006 from AICT. She patented a product, electronic level indicator using sensors in the year 2006, and now she has 3 patents. She has been recognized for inclusion as a biography in the 2009 edition of Marque's Who's Who in the World. A globally distributed publication, continues to be recognized internationally as the premier biological data source of notable living individuals from every significant field of endeavor. She received 2 national awards from ISTE, one for her outstanding research work on development of eco-friendly, low-cost building material, and recently she has been honored with prestigious research award by UGC New Delhi. She is heading the research center Sona Coin Innovation at Sona College of Technology, Salem. So I am sure that today the professionals who have logged in, of course, 90 participants have logged in through this platform, and others have, those who have logged in through the FB Live. We welcome all of you for this webinar, and as I was again mentioning, please note that any of you who wants to see the talk again can always go on FB or YouTube. That would be better, because many of you, I am sure that some of you would have already started their operations in various places, so you could always look at the talk. So let us continue this series of spreading knowledge, awareness, and sharing of information. I am sure that this would be of use to all the professionals. So today is the 97th webinar, and again let me invite Dr. Malati. Over to you, madam, for continuing with the presentation. Thank you for joining us. It's me. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
We can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, madam.
Sir, some echoing is there.
No, it's okay. We are able to hear you clearly.
For me?
Oh, for you echoing is there, is it?
Yes, yes.
Oh. But I am able to hear your voice clearly, and your slides is also clear.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning, sir, and thank you very much for your nice introduction. And I would like to appreciate Ramco Siemens for taking up this COVID-19 period in an effective way, conducting a webinar series, reaching 100th webinar soon. And this is the time we have to think, we can enrich our knowledge through these webinars. Really, all topics so far covered by Ramco Siemens are very interesting, useful, and for young budding civil engineers, also it is very, very beneficial to them. But nowadays, the thing is, I saw one graphical picture showing that more than the spreading of coronavirus, webinar series are spreading more than that. So in such a way, everywhere we are seeing many pamphlets and posters regarding so many webinars in all fields. Here, the thing is, the participants should be choosy which webinar they have to attend like that. In that way, per day, I am getting around 10 to 15 webinar pamphlets, particularly in civil engineering. In such a situation, one more thing also I was noticing that the knowledge sharing session is going on and we are talking about the new fields in civil engineering construction industry and the fundamentals, basics of construction industry and also about concrete, how to make everything. We are getting many informations and knowledge sharing sessions. But on the other hand, if you see that the construction industry is facing lot many struggles. Now in COVID-19 situation, they are not able to proceed further. Getting labor is a problem, getting material itself is a problem. And the manufacturing side, the manufacturing process is getting delayed. For example, I was in need of rapid hardening cement from Onco Cements, but the stock is not available because at the during the demand, the manufacturing side is also there is a little bit lacking, and also the construction side also we cannot predict that how far the construction will be going on, what will be the demand. So there are some things going on, but for knowledge sharing, there is no struggling and there is no end at all. From your desktop itself, you can very well understand all the speakers. They are giving in a nutshell whatever they have got the experience with in these webinars. So in such a case, I am going to talk about construction 4.0, which is need of the hour. And really, not only this situation, hereafter in future, we have to go with these technologies. Construction 4.0 is nothing but industry 4.0. Already you might have heard about it. And manufacturing side, they are going into digital manufacturing. In that way, construction industry also going to be digitalized. That is what I am going to talk about in this session. Before going into this, I request the participants to be interacted, or you can leave it in a chat box. What do you find the difference in these pictures? So before telling about this construction 4.0 and new technologies, I want to make the participants to think something so new. So for that only, I wanted to make some 3-4 slides initially to make the participants to think and answer. So can
You can
you?
use the chat box. All the participants can use the chat box without any problem. You can type in your views. So please be interactive as the speaker has suggested. Thank you.
What do you understand from these pictures? What do you mean by Kodak moment? Do you understand what is Kodak moment? Sir, have you got any answer in the chat box?
I have not got.
Okay.
I think I have just requested them to use the chat box, but
Okay.
there is no answer.
Okay, so let me tell you that Kodak moment. You might have heard about Kodak camera roll, and earlier days when you want to take a photograph picture, you have to use some roll. Kodak camera roll is available, and after taking that picture, you have to go to the studio, and the negative you have to give it to them, and they will make a printout of it. This is what happened some 10-15 years back. But now we are not talking about Kodak and all. It's gone. We have digital camera and everything. You can take pictures out of it. Even with mobile phone also, you can able to take the pictures. And whenever you want, you can take a printout out of the soft copy. So what is the meaning of this is the everything is getting digitalized now. And this picture, what it shows is, so in earlier days, if you want to purchase any material or groceries, any product, if you want to purchase, then you have to go to departmental stores, supermarkets, and hypermarkets. This is called a bricks and clicks. Bricks pre 2000, before 2000, this is what the scenario. But advent of the clicks in the sense you can use mobile payments, mobile apps, online store using Amazon. This is post 2000. After 2000, it was there. Now, in future, bricks and clicks, both are there, 2015 and beyond. What is there is, if you want to purchase anything, you can go with the virtual stores. Interactive stores are there. And Amazon has come out with a new app called Amazon Go. So wherever you want to take it physically, the product, and if you want to purchase it, instead of online store, you can go there, and after purchasing the things, you have to wait for billing. But here in Amazon Go, in the bag itself, there is a chip, and if you enter your account number, whatever the product you are picking up and putting inside the bag, automatically from the account it will be deducted. So like this, the things are going on like this, and it makes us very simple and easy to purchase anything, to get the product everywhere and anywhere. And by seeing this picture, can anyone tell me what do you understand from this picture? Definitely, you have to think it off and you have to come up with this answer, so that only when we talk about construction 4.0, you will understand better what is the scenario. Can anyone? What do you understand from these pictures? I have shown some fast food. This is food for thought. You have to think and tell me. You are seeing ATM, 24/7 hour service, Paytm.
I think we'll give them some time, madam, to type their answers.
Okay,
Maybe 1 or 2 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just to find out, how many of. We are awaiting the answers from the participants. Kindly type in your answers. The question was, what do you understand from the pictures, no, madam?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. What do you understand from these pictures when you look at all this?
Or any one picture itself, if you are able to identify what is the reason I have put this in this slide, put this picture in this slide.
Just type your feedback, because then only it can be interactive. There are 104 participants and none of you are able to type in. From cash payment, there is one answer from Mr. TNS Murthy. From cash payment to online payment is one
Yes,
response that you have got.
yes. So
Let us
earlier
wait for
days,
more response, or you would like to continue, madam?
no, let us wait. I am
Okay,
answering for that answer. I am.
fine. Yeah,
So
yeah.
earlier days, if you want to take a cash from the bank, you have to go to the bank and fill up the slip and wait for some time. Then afterwards only you will get it, right? So that is what the scenario earlier days. But now ATM has come. So whenever you want money, you can go and collect the money from ATM, right? This is what the answer you have given.
And
Can
then
I have any other answer?
one more response which we have got is online payment.
Online payment, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you see that you have to go to ATM. For that also, you can get money from ATM. No need of going to bank and waiting for that. And the bank timing is only 10 to 5 or 10 to 2 only you can have the transaction. But these and all have gone and the ATM has come and you can take money at any time from ATM. But for that also you have to have the ATM nearby. You have to search for it, and only limited amount only you can take per day. Like that, there are some limitations using ATM itself. Then only that Paytm wallet has come. As some participants said, you can online payment is possible, and no need of taking money with you, and no need of searching for ATM nearby, and directly you can pay for it. Okay, good. Any other answer?
Digital transaction, cashless purchase,
Yeah.
different
This
kind
is,
of online payment ways, all the procedures made easy.
yeah. What
Apps
about
available
that?
in mobile for shopping.
Yeah. 24 by 7 service. What do you understand from this? So this ATM, Paytm, everything, if you see that, yeah, all are 24 by 7 service, right? If you go to a petrol bank and if you go any shopping, if you want to do anytime, anywhere, you can do it. So that is what you can understand from this. Can anyone tell me that fast food? I have shown some of the pictures, McDonald's, Subway, like that. There are some Checkers, pizza, and from this picture, what do you understand?
They have put fast food wallet for ATM, etc.
Yeah.
That is one thing. And then online phone pay, which has become more easy. I
Yeah,
think we are coming around to that only, digital payment.
yeah. And then what do you understand from this ICC World 2020?
ICC
People,
World 2020. Any responses for that? You just type that. Online phone pay. That
online
is not.
phone. That is again the
That is
same
different.
thing. I am talking about this ICC World 2020 cricket match.
2020. Yeah.
Cricket
Change in
match.
cricket rules. Change
Change
in
in,
cricket rules.
yeah.
And then another thing is that international event in India
Yeah, from test
from
match to 2020.
2020 fast format cricket.
This is the right answer. Actually, earlier days you have test match 1 week or 10 days it will go, and you have to 5 days. 5 days you have to go and far. And now all are running. No, so nobody is can view the cricket match for 1 week and the whole day. So they made it simpler, and only 2020 match has come. Within few hours a day it will be over. So
There is one more response, madam. Even the
yeah,
most favorite sport reduced to smaller span from
yeah,
Venkatesh Pulvarthi.
very good. Correct. So from all these pictures, what we understand is the mentality of the people mindset, people mentality, that nobody has patience to wait for anything. So I want it immediately. I have to do it immediately. So even watching cricket match, I am not patient enough to wait for 1 week or 5 days. And for food and all, I want it immediately within 2 minutes. Whatever fast food has come, and if I want to purchase anything, just like that, I will go and get it immediately. So all these things giving us the message that the mindset of the people nowadays changing, that I need not go to departmental store, I need not go to anywhere in my place. Now that Zomato, Swiggy and all have come, and if you want food, immediately they will supply to you in your place, like that. The people mentality is getting changed, that I need everything, anything at any time. I need not wait for that. It has to be done within minutes and within seconds. And if you see that in foreign countries, autonomous car has come. That autonomous car is actually, there is no driver, driverless car. And in that driverless car, you can very well travel without driver. The advantage of it is you can work during the travel time itself. And the autonomous car is operated by some technologists, computer technologists with artificial intelligence at some place. Suppose if there is any problem is happening in between, that person in US, he cannot come out of the car because the temperature outside is very cold, and he cannot wait inside the car for a long time. So what they will do is within 2 minutes, the technologist will make the clearing all the problems, and it will be run. So this is what the situation happening. So in future, whoever the corporate or industry, they want to be successful, their service period should be in microseconds. Whichever the industry or corporate, they can able to make it everything right or available or to be done within microseconds for the winners. So this is what the scenario now. So, and you can, from these pictures, what you can understand is these and all, some 1 decade back only it has come, like that floppy disk, CD and the keyboard, all these things now it's gone. So we don't have the telephone like gramophone and tape recorder, radio, wristwatch, everything has been locked. And if you see this picture, it is RIP, rest in peace. So here the maps, we are not referring maps in the map, Atlas map. When we were in schoolings, when we have used this Atlas map, now it is not there, Google map is there. We are not using fax. Immediately we are sending everything through WhatsApp, and we are not referring dictionaries, no pages, alarm clock is not there, postcard is not there. So all are under RIP. So in that way, what it means is all the new technologies are coming up, making the older one immediately. That earlier days, at least for 30-40 years, you have to use anything. But now it is not so. Within a decade, within 5 years or 6 years, it is getting outdated. So just you have to throw it off. So this is the another scenario. So first, nobody is waiting for anything. Next is the technologies coming up are making the products and the gadgets are getting outdated, and within 2-3 years you have to keep it not in use. In that case, that is the case. What about the construction? So in construction, whether we are going to use all these things in future. In future is not a future, it is very near future. In another 3-4 years, I can say, whether we are going to use these things. In the introduction talk, Mr. Anil Pillai was telling about the concrete, the many type of cement, and how to test the concrete, everything he was telling. But what I can tell you is another 5 years at the maximum you can take. The cement and concrete are going to be used only in the factories, not at the site. There is no headache of ensuring the quality of construction at the site. And you can have the new materials, whatever the new product is coming up, only it will be used in the precast industries where the products are made at factory and supplied at the site. This is what going to happen. So if everything is getting changed, everything is digitalized, and the corporates are making the people very comfortable. So now all the corporates are making the things very easy, very comfortable, so that the public can get it at very fast. When this is happening, when we go with the conventional way of construction, if you want to construct a residential building of 2,400 square feet land with ordinary construction, you have to wait for 6 months or 1 year. Is it possible in future? So whether the client or public will be having the patience to wait for his building to be completed for 1 year or like thing. So we have to move ahead, and we should think of the new technologies, how we can make the construction very easy, hi-fi, and affordable, and also the client should get satisfaction, because every time whenever you go, whenever the client is approaching a civil engineer for construction, we are estimating that it will be completed within 6 months or 8 months, but the construction will be over after 1 year, or it will be more than 12 months or 15 months, like that. So the client's satisfaction lies not only on the quality of construction and how their dream house, not only that, it should be completed within the time. So these are all the things which make the civil engineers to be in uh, very difficult situation and struggling situation to get the materials, to get the labors. Everything is going to be very, very difficult. After this COVID-19, again, there is a problem, particularly in Tamil Nadu and all. We got the labors from other states. Now it is a problem of getting labor, and even if you get the labor, whether their efficiency is going to be high to complete the work in time, like that. So in such a case, definitely we have to move towards digital construction. This is what construction 4.0. What is that construction 4.0 is nothing but revolutions in industry. Earlier we have industry 1.0, which is mechanization, steam power, weaving loom. Industry 2.0 is mass production. Industry 3.0 is automation, computers and electronics. And industry 4.0 is cyber physical systems, internet of things and networks. With these technologies, manufacturing industry is going to face a tremendous change. So the earlier steam engine, everything has gone. So now the new manufacturing technology is completely digitalized. In such a case, the construction 4.0 is facing fourth revolution in construction, in which these 6 technologies are going to play a vital role. Definitely, these technologies will make the client satisfied with the fastest construction and also quality construction, and systematic way of construction is possible with this fourth revolution in construction. So virtual reality and augmented reality, prefabrication, 3D printing, drones, Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence. These 6 are going to play in future, not in future, in very near future in construction industry, which is going to make the civil engineers and construction technologists very easy, fast way of doing things, and also comfortable. And we can also work like IT engineer with hi-fi environment, not that going to site and standing under the sun, looking at the quality and struggling with the uneducated laborers. Everything is going to be outdated. So in future, in another 5 years, we are going to deal with these technologies these technologies are going to give a very high-fi platform to the civil engineers. So I am going to talk about these 6 technologies. I am going to give an awareness about these technologies. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, our faculty members will talk about drones and IoT, Internet of Things in civil engineering. And other things also we can have it. And if the participants are interested, we can give a special webinar on each and everything in one day webinar on virtual reality, one day webinar on prefabrication, like that we can do that. Regarding prefabrication, I think already many speakers might have spoken. And this 3D printing, drones, Internet of Things and artificial intelligence, virtual reality and augmented reality and all the new technologies coming up. So we are ready to give you the training on these areas also. So prefabrication already everybody might have spoken, but here the prefabrication is slowly being converted into the modular construction. What is that modular construction is? Instead of in prefabrication, in factories, columns, beams and slabs are manufactured under factories and they are assembled at the site, and already it is happening. But the modular construction in which the modules are prepared in the factory and they will be assembled at the site. Here you can see that this is a module or a room of a building. So this room is completely prefabricated room-sized modules with internal finishes, fixtures and fittings before being transported and installed on the site. You could see that in this room, the tile finishing, water closets in toilets, and the paintings, all things, doors, windows, everything is being finished at the factory and brought to the site. So this is what the modular construction, you can have one room like that, or you can have the module like this. And here this room in Malaysia, within 2 weeks, they completed the assembling part of 144 rooms in a hotel, which is of 14 floors. So everything is made at factory, and only thing the assembling part will take some days or weeks. So in future, if you want to have a building that the modules are manufactured or prepared in the factory and it will be assembled. If anyone wants to construct a building for an ordinary person with residential building, 1 hall, 2 bedrooms and kitchen like that. So if they order all the sizes and everything with the finishing, complete finishing, what tiles they have to have and what is the painting color and what type of fixtures, everything if you order, it will be manufactured in the factory and it will be assembled at the place. So another one is, suppose I am having an existing building, I want to extend one more bedroom. So in that case, if you order a bedroom of 16 by 10 feet size with this fixtures, with this tiles and with these facilities, so just like that, that room will be ready and it will be assembled in your existing building itself. So this is what going to happen in future. It is already happening in other countries. You could find out this video. You will understand better. It is container like, just it is a house is made and it can be assembled at the site. So whenever you want, wherever you want this house, you can make it and you can transfer this container to anywhere. The doors are fixed, windows are fixed. Locks are also there. Flooring is completed. And you could see that the toilets and bathrooms are finished with the tiles. So this is what the advancements in prefabrication and in modular construction. You can very well, you can see this picture, the complete office room is being erected at the site, and you can have the modules like this. So module like you can prepare in the factory and it can be assembled at the site like this. So it will make the construction very fast and simpler, and it will not affect the nearby buildings, and without any dirty things and other things, we can make it very fast, and overnight you can assemble the things. So this is what the faster way of construction going to happen in future. So only the precast industries are going to make the modules as per ISO standards and other things. All the checks will be made at the factory and it will be assembled. So as a civil engineer, we have to learn about the new materials being used in these precast things and how the joints are going to be make it. Like that, we have to understand better, and the design part, our involvement is going to be very high. So before going into this next technology, let me ask the participants to give the answer. What number goes in the last triangle? I'll give one clue. In the first triangle, 6 minus 2 is 4, 4 into 2 is 8. And now I think it's very easy to find the answer. Sir, are you getting any answer? Yeah, 3 is the right answer. Karthik Ganesh. Yeah, 3 is right answer. 6 minus 5 equal to 1. 1 into 3 equal to 3. Good, good. Very good. So let us go to the second technology in construction 4.0, that is virtual reality and augmented reality. What is that virtual reality and augmented reality is? Both are almost the same with some differences. In augmented reality, you will augment the things. For example, for a client, if you want to show them their building plan, you are showing it in two-dimensional plan. But you can augment it and show them as a projected three-dimensional building, how the future building is going to be. So that is what augmented reality. For that, you can use your mobile phone or tablet or Apple iPad with some app you have to download, and just you can see the right hand side top corner picture. There you can see that the projected augmented the object you can see from the plan and plan. So that this is what augmented reality. In virtual reality also you can see the augmented thing, or the virtually you can visualize the building. The building is not there, but you can see it virtually by having a gadget like some the glasses or helmets you have to wear it, and in which there is a memory card. There will be a software, and it will that input will be there inside. Just if you wear the gadget and go through the building, you could see without any building is there, only the bare land, but the client can visualize how the future building will be, where the wall, where the column, how the building texture, everything they can touch and feel it. So this is what augmented reality. So you could understand very well with this video. So what here he is doing is with this that plan, he is able to visualize where the pipelines are going and how the buildings are projected. So here he is seeing with the naked eye, but it is not possible that we should have some mobile or laptop with some app. If you download that app, you could see that. So here you can see the things through this mobile app, and see this this is augmented reality for architecture. The plan of the building is shown with the projected way and with the paintings, and where the partition walls are there, where is the bedroom and how the beds are arranged, and where is the dining hall and the hall, and everything you can show it to the customers with this augmented reality, so that they will understand better how the building in future is going to be. So after the construction is over, during the construction, the clients will change their mindset, and they will change each and everything. But here, if you show them in the initial stage itself, they are able to understand the finishing of the building and everything, so that whatever the changes they want to make in the initial stage itself, they can make, and they will understand better their future building, dream house, how it will be. So this is what the advantage of going with this augmented reality. And in this virtual reality, you have to wear some gadgets. That is what the difference. So if you wear this helmet like a glass gadget, just if you cross that particular place, it will show you the, according to the plan, where the pipeline is coming. You can see the AC duct and pipelines. So it is a smart helmet, just you have to wear and visualize the what is the plan of going with this. So this is what virtual reality. So in augmented reality, you can augment the things as a 3D object. You can view it through the mobile phones or tablet or iPad. But here you have to wear the gadget and in which it is that software is being installed. So just like that, if you walk through that, you could find out where the pipelines are going, AC duct is going, and where the wall, everything you can find out. So by using this, what is that advantage of having this augmented reality and virtual reality is you can very well satisfy your client about their building or construction, how it will be in future, and what are all the measures you have taken for making that building effectively. For example, for a flyover or bridge construction, if you want to submit a DPR, detailed project report, to the concerned authorities or ministers, just if you show them the plan, they will not understand. Whereas if you show them this virtual reality or augmented reality by which how the roads are going to be constructed and where it goes and where you will have the toll gate and where you will have the how during construction, how you are going to make the construction without affecting the traffic much, and what are all the preventive measures you are taking. Everything you can very well explain to them. For example, you can see this video, you will understand better. See here, the construction is going along the side of the road, how the work is going on without affecting the traffic, what safety measures you are going to take, how the relocation is being done, how the pipelines are going to be, cables and pipelines, how the traffic management is going to be done. Suppose if you want to widen the road, how are you going to make it? So suppose in between, in center portion, if you want to do some construction, on both ways the traffic is allowed. How are you going to make it without affecting the traffic? And the road user should not feel uncomfortable. In that way, you can make it, and without with safety as well as. So you can show them how the precast crosshead is being erected during night time without any traffic. How are you going to make it? So that you can make the construction time very shorter. So all are virtually shown. It is not real, it is virtual reality. So how each and every stage of construction is going to be performed, that will be explained to the concerned authorities and ministers very well. They will understand better, so that we will get the project. So in such a way, if you know these tools, apps and softwares as a civil engineer, we can play a very good role in this way, so that we can make ease and fast construction by having these technologies. So one is I was talking about prefabrication, another one is virtual reality and augmented reality. So before going to the third one. Let me have the answer from the participants. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. Yeah, 256. Venkatesh,
Yeah,
you are right. 256. Hari.
I think Venkatesh has got it.
Yeah. Very good, very good. So 4 power 1, 4, 4 power 2, 16, 4 power 3, 64, and 4 power 4 is 256. Good. So next, let us go to the third technology, that is what drones. The drones are used for surveying purpose in construction industry, not only for surveying. There are many more applications we can have it using drones, which will make the construction industry very fast, quicker, and with quality. So if you see that in future we are going to have the drones to monitor the buildings 42%. Robotics and automated technology are going to come. Remote monitoring is there. Radio frequency identification, smart sensors, and BIM, building information modeling, in which the drones are going to play a vital role. So in construction industry, the drones are going to transform the entire industry. We can have two types of drones. One is fixed wing and another one is rotary drone. Rotary drone can rotate 360 degree and capture the images. Actually, what is drone is, the drone, you might have seen that these small helicopters and drones are being used in marriage reception and all to capture the images and video. It will take video. The same thing with high resolution and with the sensors, if you have, that will be a drone, which the main purpose of using drone is only to capture the image. From the image, we have to analyze and interpret the data. So GPS is the global positioning system. We can have it, and thermal sensor it should be there inside the drone, and a very high resolution cameras, and there is a software to manipulate and interpret the data. So this is what the main things involved in the drone. So you can fly the drone to place anywhere you want, and you can take the data and it will capture the images. From the images, you can make, you have to interpret, and you have to give the output. The images you will take, and from which you have to post process it by using some softwares, so that only you can interpret the data very well. It depends upon the post processing only you will get the high accurate results. So this is used for topographic mapping, land surveys, equipment tracking and automating. You can use it. The drones can keep track of each equipment location on a job site, recording errors and malfunctions. Suppose you need not go to the site and supervise it. So from your place itself, you can view what is going on. So the drones will capture everything, and through artificial intelligence, you can track the vehicles also. Suppose, for example, you are sending a vehicle to one place to another place. In between, the driver is taking some time for his some other purpose, and it is getting delayed. Everything can be monitored. And if you are ordering concrete from RMC plant, from there the RMC vehicle is coming. So that also you can monitor. And the construction, how much it is going on. Per day, you are aiming to complete the building for a particular height. So suppose what is the progress of the construction, whether it is going as per schedule or not, that and all you can monitor. So remote monitoring and progress report is possible, security surveillance is possible, personal safety also possible, and you can inspect the structure. Suppose the concreting is going on. So it is a very tall structure. It is in marine environment. You cannot go and see that whether the work is perfectly going on, the concrete is being done or not. So in that case, what you can do is through the drones, you can it will capture the image and you can find out whether there is any flaw in the concreting or any honeycombing is there. Everything you can see that. So this is what the advantage of going with this drones. It can be used for railway tracking and highway alignment, even for painting also it can be used. See here, the crack detection can be done with this drone. Sorry. So see here, the concreting work, it captured the images from which you can see that live. Whenever it takes picture, it is being viewed live, whether concrete spalling is there, honeycomb, concrete honeycomb, everything you can view it. So the drone application is not only with the surveying, also you can do it for crack detection, road repair, everything is possible with these drones. And the advantage of going with this drone is it is very fast for 100 acres of land in forest area. In Sona, we have done surveying in Karnataka. It is a forest area. Man cannot go inside and get the things done. But by using drones, within 2 days, we covered 100 acres and within 1 week, we gave them the results, output, survey report. So this is possible with this drone and traditional way of doing surveying manually, go to the place and getting things done and for inaccessible areas, you cannot go there. Even with the weapon station, it is not possible. In such a case, you can very well use this drone survey. So definitely it is going to pay. So in future, nobody is going to site with the leveling staff and a tripod and all. So just a drone will do everything. So this is what the third technology. Before going to the fourth one, can you get the answer? Can I get the answer?
I think nobody has typed it till now.
Move one stick and fix the equation. Now it is 6 plus 4 equal to 4. That is wrong. You try to move one stick and keep it in another place so that you can make the equation right.
Most of them would be knowing 6 plus 4 is equal to 10.
0 plus 4 equal to 4, good. 5 plus 4 equal to 9, also good. One more answer.
8 is also there, is it?
Yeah, 8 minus 4 equal to 4. There are 3 answers.
9, 0 plus 4, 0 plus 4,
0
Suraj is also good.
Yeah, 0 plus 4 equal to 4, 5 plus 4 equal to 9, 8 plus 4, 8 minus 4 equal to 2.
I think many of them have put it, yeah.
Very good, very good. Now let us come to the fourth technology, that is 3D printing technology. So we have the 3D printers now. You might have heard about 3D printed concrete and all. So 3D printing technology, actually it is being used for the jewelry purpose. whatever the design you want, just it will print and get the jewelry. And for making models and tools and accessories for the machines, even for machineries also you can make a 3D printing. And particularly for a small toy model, you can use 3D printer. But here, now the 3D printed homes are coming up. It is based on the additive technology. So the buildings are constructed or walls are constructed adding layer by layer, so that you will get the house within 24 hours. You can have a 2,400 square feet building. So for mass housing, hundreds of houses or thousands of houses, you can go with this 3D printed home, but there is no supervision is necessary, and there is no much labor involved. So only the printer will do everything. Only thing we should have the knowledge on converting the software. Whatever the plan you are doing with AutoCAD, that should be given as an input to the 3D printer with some other software. If you have this advancements, definitely you will have a bright future. Now itself, if any person having the softwares using 3D printer, there are a lot of opportunities in Gulf countries. They are ready to pay 1 lakh per month. So this is what the scenario, and in future also we will have these 3D printed homes. So this is a 3D printed housing industry is going to be in 2027. Huge growth is there in the market, and you have innovative building materials and 3D green buildings with this 3D printed homes. And you can have the 3D printed homes with the thermal insulation, recycled materials and all. For this, what you need is you have to have the software. It is used to create, scale, and model the house design. Then you have the blueprint code. Then concrete mix to be loaded in the printer. Then the printer creates the shapes, material one layer at a time. And then layers are stacked in the set pattern until walls are formed. Then the roofs and windows we can add to it. So if you see this video, you will understand better how the 3D printed homes are. So here you can see that the printer will print it. So this. So you can very well make the layers, and all the part are, everything can be done. So this is the completed form. And you can complete the roofing also. So even in moon, you can construct the building using this 3D printing technology. In other planets also we can construct, and this is picking up. And in future, if you want to have mass construction, you can go with this 3D printing technology, and there is no need of supervision, no accidents will happen, no labor is required. So it will be done. Just a skilled person to monitor the things is sufficient. So this is what 3D printing technology. Before going into the fifth one, let us have the answer from the participants. This, guess the next three letters in the series. Any answer?
No answer as of now.
G. Guess. Just you read the sentence. Guess the next three letters.
MAN, is it? Man.
No, no.
Oh. Anirban
Just
Banerjee has put
the
MAN.
answer is there in the slide itself.
Okay, okay. Oh, you have given a clue also. Yes. Guess the next answer is there.
INS. INS. Partially right. Jagadisan. COI wrong. Wrong. So see the sentence. Guess the next three letters. INTS. No.
Gentleman, is it?
ITS is the right answer.
Oh.
Who has given? Dinesh Kumar. Correct. Guess. So
IES.
the
Karthik
sentence,
Ganesh also. Oh,
yeah.
ITS is the correct answer. Okay.
Guess G. The T. Next N. T. Letters L. In the series, first letter I, the T, series S. So ITS is the right answer. Very good. Next, let us go to the fifth technology is Internet of Things. So the fifth technology, Internet of Things, is going to play a very good role in construction industry to monitor the things and for safety. Everything can be done with the Internet of Things. This is a smart home, IoT smart home. We can do it with the Internet of Things, remote monitoring, safety, energy management. If you want to turn off the lights and AC, it will be done through IoT, and you can maintain the things, whether pipe is leaking, sinks are leaking, everything is monitored through Internet of Things. So we can have smart building with security, fire safety, lighting. Everything can be done through this Internet of Things. So this Internet of Things playing a vital role in all places. So as I said in the initial presentation itself, the corporates are making us very comfortable, and they are making us, I can say, slave to the technologies. So in that way, in your house, if there is the Internet of Things sensors or chips are placed in the refrigerator, so whenever the groceries are getting exhausted, automatically it will give a message to the departmental store and they will supply. So in that way, it has been made like that. So you can, and you need not monitor each and everything and follow it up. That will be followed by this IoT technology. So like that, you can have it many things. So IoT can be used for smart cities and transportations. So efficient waste management system also is possible with IoT. So wherever the waste is dumped, it will be monitored through IoT, and the effective management system is possible with this. So next technology is artificial intelligence. Before that, let me have the answer for this question. Sir, how long I can continue? Another 10 minutes?
Yeah, please. You can go on. No issues.
Okay. Can anyone answer for this? 81 is the right answer. Who gave this? So this red color flower carries 20.
Mr. Ajay Jadhav gave the right answer.
Yeah. 20 plus 20 plus 20 equal to 60. And the lavender color flower is carrying 5. So 20 plus 5 equal to 30. Then yellow color flower carrying 1. So 5 minus 2 equal to 3. Usually in the final answer, the mistake done by the participant is in lavender color flower, 5 petals are there, so it carries 5. But in last, it has only 4 petals, so only 4. 4 into 20, 18 plus 1, 21 is the right answer. So the last technology is machine learning or artificial intelligence in construction. So we are going to face the labor problem very well. So it will be solved by using robots. In construction industry, already there are automation and robots are there in construction. In foreign countries, in India, it has to come up. There is a long way to come. And now robots are also used for as a cobots. What is cobot is the cooperative robots. That means some part of the work is done by manually and some are done by robots. So some very difficult work or inaccessible area or safety is an issue. In those places, the robots will do the work and remaining part of the work will be done manually. So in that way, the machine learning or artificial intelligence is going to be very useful. And here, some of the applications of artificial intelligence in construction industry is like this. So what is that artificial intelligence is? You are giving intelligence artificially to a machine. That is what artificial intelligence. The human brain is very intelligent enough, but the efficiency of the human brain is depending upon person to person, and the way in which the person is working on that is also different. But in machine, if you give the same intelligence to the machine, the efficiency will be 100%. And if, for example, now I was told some 104 participants are there, and whatever I am giving you, all 104 participants will not be taken 100% and they will not implement it 100%. But here, if you give it to machine, whatever you are giving the intelligence to the machine, one machine, if you give it and it will be replicated to another machines, 100% efficiency is possible with those machines. So in that way, the robots are used in construction industry for many purpose, for bricklaying, mortar fixing, everything can be done with this robots very fast and systematically with quality. So here automatically it takes mortar with the same thickness, same quantity. Even if you do it manually, it cannot be done. See here, the robots are doing much more work. So the efficiency is 100% and it will take it automatically. So the some part of the work is done by robots and remaining part is done by manually, so that the future construction is going to be with robots or robots, so that we can minimize the labors and no need of struggling with the they may not understand the real sense of particularly for farming. The water ratio is very important, but they cannot educate the laborers about the importance of water ratio. They will do just like that. So each and every time we have to monitor them whether they are doing right or they are committing some mistakes. But with this technology, as per the program we have given to the it will do good. So this is the technology we are going to use. So far, I have discussed, I have given you the eye-opening session. That is awareness about these technologies. There are a lot way to go, and you have to explore a lot for further learnings. So the in construction 4.4, these are all the technologies going to play in future within 4-5 years. Prefabrication and modular construction, advanced building materials, 3D printing and additive manufacturing, autonomous construction, augmented reality, big data, building information modeling, wireless monitoring and all. And also growth of construction 4.0, if you see, year on year, the BIM is going to be growing 50%, modular construction year on year 75%, prefabrication 99%, 3D printing 70%, automation 118%, and artificial intelligence 243%. So these are all the technologies are going to grow year on year like this. Then there will be a tremendous change. There is a paradigm shift in construction industry going to be there in future. So we civil engineer need not feel that I am working under the sun, whereas IT engineers are working in office. But even then, we as a civil engineer, when we go to the site and seeing the structure, how it grows, that gives us some satisfaction. But these technologies are not going to stop that, but these technologies are going to make us very simpler, very ease of construction, ease of working with hi-fi environment. We feel very comfortable with this environment, and we can play with the technologies. We can be creative, innovative, and we can make everything very easy and fast. And also there is a systematic way of construction going to happen now. It is with the masons and laborers. The quality of construction is not ensured, and we cannot complete the work within a stipulated time. But everything is will be not be there in future with these technologies. So definitely the digital world is going to make us a lot of things. So now everybody with this mobile addiction and everybody with the tablets and other things, and particularly now in COVID situation, always we are online. So definitely our construction field also should be digital field. So if we learn these technologies, we are expertise in these technologies, definitely we civil engineers can draw, and we can have very quality work environment. Thank you. Thank you for patient listening. I hope we can rock with these technologies in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, madam, for that interesting session on the emerging technologies, because as all of us know, that civil engineering is going to be an interdisciplinary work, because the thing is that when it coordinates with information technology, I'm sure that a lot of things like this can be done. And it was very interesting to see how there are a lot of possibilities, in fact, in the area of civil engineering. And as I point for you, a lot of scope is there to make things simpler, enable the construction, and to make it much more easier. So I think there was one question which was posted. The question says is that what will be the role of civil engineers in the near future? Because how do we update, upgrade, and adjust ourselves to the change scenario?
Actually, whenever the new technology comes, everybody will feel that whether I will get a job, whether there will be a future for me. If everything is done by robots or technologies, then what is my role? But it is not so. It is just a myth only. Actually, whenever the new technology is coming up, it will make us making the work very simpler and faster and ease. That is what the technology will do. But as a civil engineer, we have to expert in these technologies. We should be well versed with these technologies and comfortable with working with these technologies. See, for example, earlier days, we have not used mixie, grinder, and all. But when it comes now, it made us very fast in cooking. So it doesn't make that there is no need of a servant or any kitchen maid is not there. So it should be there, but it makes us the work very simpler and easy. So that is what. So likewise, the technology will make us like IT engineer. We can also very comfortably sit and work without physically, we should not feel struggling and other things. We will be in comfort environment and also hi-fi environment. That's it. But the thing is, without these technologies, you cannot be a civil engineer in future. So that is the thing you have to understand, that youngsters are there, budding civil engineers are there. Unless you know with these technologies, you cannot be in the field. This is what the future.
The question is, how do we update? How do we
You
update
have to
ourselves?
attend. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is what I have given you, the eye-opening session. So from which you have to explore a lot and you have to update. There are many firms are available to give you the training, and we are also ready to give the training. And you approach them and try to get the skill. That particular skill, if you enhance, you can do it. Not necessary all 6 technologies. Any one field you take it and you work on that and train yourself and be expert in that area. For example, if you have drones, no, so you can become a successful entrepreneur. So if you purchase the drone, it is only 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs only. So once if you purchase the drone and if you know the software, you can become a successful entrepreneur. There are many scope and opportunities are there. Suppose if you want to excel in virtual reality and augmented reality, if you know the tools and softwares, and if you are well trained, automatically you can give the, instead of giving plan now, you can give them that virtual reality videos and so in that way you can develop yourself. Like that, in any one of these technologies, if you excel, you can be a successful civil engineer.
I think that's a very good point. You have given a lot of tips to the budding civil engineers to become an entrepreneur, especially when you invest in drone. And I think that can make life simpler also, and there would be many takers for that. The only thing is that, as you rightly said, one needs to have interest and one needs to show the benefits of that to the construction professionals. That is very interesting. And Mr. Deepak wants to know, what about the economics of 3D printed jobs and cost of 3D printer for constructing a house?
3D printer, definitely I cannot suggest you to become entrepreneur. It crores of rupees you need to invest. Only thing is, in 3D printing technology, if you know the software and how to upload the AutoCAD drawing input in that software, so that you have to give some input to the printer, like the material and the plan and everything, and the way in which it has to flow. All these things, if you are aware of that, if you get trained, there are a lot of job opportunities, not in India now, but in future it may be there. But in Gulf countries, there are many opportunities are there. Even I was asked to give any candidate with this 3D printing technology software expertise, they are ready to give 1 lakh rupees per month. So that is what the scenario. So 3D printing technology, an individual cannot do that, but a firm and an organization, if they want to have it, they can have it, because the construction industry, they are having crores of turnover. Instead of going with the traditional way of construction, if they have this 3D printer, they will get many projects. But for budding civil engineers and as an individual, you cannot do with this. You can you can get a job in other countries.
As a civil engineer, how do they get trained in this 3D printing? Do you do that from your college?
Yes, we are doing that. We are giving training on these softwares and how to use the printer and other things. What are the inputs you have to give? Everything we will do. We will give. So if you want, we will do that. We will give the separate training for this 3D printing technology with the softwares.
So that means most of the emerging technologies training would be there. I think more detailed.
Yes, in Sona we are giving training on all these new technologies. If anybody is interested, you can approach us. Definitely we will do.
Can drone be successfully used to find the contours, reduced level change of an area for surveying? Question by Mr. Anirban Banerjee. Can it be a substitute for theodolite?
Yes, everything can be done with the drone. Only thing is the real knowledge is the post processing. So what drone will do is it will capture the image. That's it. it doesn't have brain how to interpret the things and all. Just it will capture the image. From the images, you have to interpret it and you have to post-process it so that you will get the things done. So even contour you can make it. I told you, no, so for building, when the progress is going on in the building, you can very well see that what is the yesterday's progress, what is the today's progress. From that you can have the bill of measurements using those images. So in that way, the way in which you are interpreting is there. So here the civil engineers knowledge and expertise in this area is needed. The drone is a robot like and it will capture the image only. And we have to see that how we have to make it. There are many more applications we can have it using the drones. So far, they have used for monitoring purpose and railways, highways, and for surveying. But we civil engineers can try to find out its application in somewhere else also. We have to explore a lot and we have to excel in this area. So there will be another session tomorrow with the drones. And if you will understand better, and if you go on further training modules, and if you explore, there are many things available if you browse the net, and from which if you get knowledge and skill, you can use it for other new applications also. It is up to an individual to make use of these drones for effective applications. And initially, you should understand the softwares, post-processing software. Once if you, there is three scope in this area. One is piloting. So if you are not that much knowledgeable or skill oriented towards post-processing, as a pilot, you can very well shine in this drone. Just to operate and handle the drone, that itself you can do it. And while the drones are flying, no, that for that you have to give a path to the drone. So in that path only it has to fly and it should come back. So that path you have to define it using one software, and that is called pre-processing. And after the images are captured, you have to post-process it to get the output. That you need some software. So once if you are comfortable with these softwares, you can become entrepreneur and you can very well earn like anything with these drones.
I think Mr. Banerjee can attend tomorrow's program at 11 a.m. because, as you rightly said, there is an exclusive program on drones tomorrow at 11 a.m. And I think there would be much more number of ideas tomorrow. And a very simple way to become an entrepreneur for the budding civil engineers. You have given a very good idea to them. And Mr. Ram Venkatesh wants to compliment you. It was one of the best and eye-opener webinar session I have attended so far. Thanks to Ramco for organizing such a wonderful webinar, expecting more and more webinars like this. So I think your talk has been taken very nicely by the participant because it was a different talk altogether with emerging technologies. So that has created a lot of interest. And I am sure that next 2 days talk also would be of great interest for all the professionals and they can log in. And tomorrow's 11 a.m. Program, I request all the professionals to log in and be in touch with them because they are going to give a detailed program for those who are interested. I think those who are interested can get in touch with Sona College or with the speaker herself. You can send in your email, we can forward it to them. So thanks so much, madam. And would you like to add anything?
Thank you very much for Ramco Siemens for arranging this webinar, and particularly I am very much interested, and voluntarily I am asking many organizers to give this presentation because the civil engineering branch is getting not attracted very much, but we are going to be beyond the computer engineer or IT engineer with these technologies. So for youngsters and young budding engineers and already those who are in civil engineering field, just I wanted to give this awareness that definitely we civil engineers can do wonders with these technologies, and also the old, it is not the older technologies are going to be obsoleted, and with the knowledge of our the senior engineers and with these technologies, definitely we can play a role. very good role and we can rock. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that inspiring talk. And I am sure that many of them would come forward to further their knowledge on these latest technologies and excel themselves in the field. And as you rightly said, I think civil engineering is going to be the next in thing. It is
Yes.
going to be much more attractive, and that I'm sure would have given a lot of motivation for the budding civil engineers as well as the existing professionals. So thank you so much, madam, for that wonderful talk. And let's meet tomorrow at 11 a.m. again. And with that, let me sign off from the event after thanking all the organizers, Mr. Jagdishan, Mr. Suraj Kumar, and all the professionals who have made it much more interactive, and they have been able to post their queries. Thank you so much, and thanks all of them. So we sign off from today's webinar. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Stay safe.